Guys, Marsingin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so earlier today I did the which superclass characters will we see EZA during the worldwide celebration speculation video, and of course I said in that video, and here it is, we are following that up with the extreme class version. Now, just like I did with the first one, I've looked through the future saga category, but there are a couple of characters that I've picked that are from Android/Cell Saga as well. Whilst I know only the countdown really kind of has hints to Android/Cell Saga, which is kind of the end of that part, right, with Trunks going back to his timeline. There are some units that I definitely feel could be involved, just as a help to buff some other teams along the way, right? So they are more of honourable mentions, maybe like wild card picks, not necessarily ones that I think are going to happen, but could potentially be included and would be pretty cool if they did get their EZA. So just like the first one, we're going to break these down. I'm not going to go into huge detail. I'm not coming up with like full kits for what I think their EZAs will look like, but I definitely will give some ideas on what I would like to see from their potential EZAs in general, maybe mention a few specifics here and there. And I want you guys to let me know the same down below in the comments section. Like, what would you like to see from these units' EZAs? You don't have to design the full like passive and everything, but if you want to, obviously do go ahead and do that down below in the comment section, and I will look forward to checking those out. So obviously we have to start off with I was going to say AGL Zamasu, and that's not the tab that I have up straight away. So the one that I wanted to mention first is the ones that we kind of know are coming, probably, because the JP data download from a little while ago had the sticker effects for these two characters in it. So the sticker effects, obviously, as you know, characters can only get stickers if they are Dokkan Fest exclusives, which these two characters are not, or when they get an EZA. So basically confirming that these two are getting EZAs, but obviously at the moment we just don't know when, right? So the fact that these guys could be included in this celebration, even though we are focusing on Future Saga, and I feel like there won't be that much Android/Cell Saga involved, that does mean we could have a section of the celebration, even if it is just a small part of one of the parts, could be focused on the Future Gohan like timeline sort of area, right? So these two getting an EZA definitely could be pretty interesting. They are orb changers, which is interesting, and they're meant to work like well along with each other, because this 17 is changing physical orbs to AGL and then changes into physical when she is at 70% or below HP. Now, the order of this would lead me to believe that she would change the physical to AGL and then change into physical, so she's not then changing like a whole bunch of these into AGL, but that sets up for the 17 who changes tech to physical and then changes STR to AGL. So they kind of bounce off each other. They create orbs for themselves whilst also creating orbs for the other one as well. So ideally you'd want to run them on opposite rotations. I mean, I guess if you have one in slot 1, her thing goes off here, right, creates physical orbs, and then this guy in slot 2, he's creating more physical orbs out of tech for himself to then pick up, and then he's creating AGL orbs, which will then just be for the next turn. So definitely quite interesting. 17 raises attack for 3 turns, 18 raises defense by 30% for 3 turns, which obviously is better. Ideally post EZA they will just both do both. And then obviously we just need to increase this 70% attack and defense and give them something else interesting in their kit, right? Like give one of them dodge, give one of them chance to crit or additional or something like that, right? Give them both additional if they have the other opposite one, right? Like 18 has additional if there's a 17 and then give her dodge, and 17 has additional if there's an 18 and give him crit or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. But we should really see the... I mean, all we really know from that data download is that they are going to get an EZA at some point. But that doesn't necessarily mean it will be during the worldwide celebration. But considering the theme, I think it is probably quite likely, right? So now we move on to AGL Zamasu, right? So we talked about Tech Trunks in the Super Types video. So AGL Zamasu, this guy getting an EZA, I feel like he could be incredible if he gets a good EZA. Right, so he's going to lead Realm of Gods 170 across the board. Extreme class, I believe they put up those two. It'll be 130. He does immense damage and greatly lowers defense, so not the best super attack effect. Maybe raise defense for 1 turn, something like that. Remember, he's only going to be in this form for 1 turn, so it's not really the end of the world. And then he gets attack at the start of the turn and reduces damage received by 40%. Now, unfortunately, they did a few units like this back in the day, and it's why he aged so quickly, is he has no defense. So he has 40% damage reduction, but his defense stat is really low. So even when you take 40% off of the damage that an incoming attack is going to do, his defense is then so low that he still takes damage, right? So obviously the big thing for this guy is he needs start of turn defense. So if he has attack and defense 120% and then has 40% damage reduction, that with EZA stats, he's already looking a lot better, right? And then he recovers 7% HP when HP is 70% or less. Now, obviously, in this form, he's only on the 1 turn, but if he's coming in on the 2nd rotation and you lost a bit of health in the 1st turn, get a nice little free heal, so you could quite easily bump that up to like 10%. And then, of course, on his next turn, he transforms into Fusion Zamasu. So, Fusion Zamasu, he has immense damage and greatly lowers defense. Key 2, attack 120, damage reduction of 40%, and then his HP is 10% when you're below 80. So, I think that could stay, right? Even if his base was 10, it's 70%, and then his transformed is 80. So, I think that's fine. Obviously, again, he needs defense at start of turn. If they put his damage reduction up to 50% in this form, I think that would be pretty incredible. And then, obviously, he needs some sort of effect on his super. Now, if he has good start of turn defense and damage reduction, he doesn't necessarily need to raise defense on super. So he could have like greatly raise attack or something. I think would be kind of cool. Start getting his attack like built up. Maybe it could stack. And then because defensively, as long as he has good start of turn defense and has 40% damage reduction, then bear in mind you're going to have like big bad bosses active on his ideal rotation. So he doesn't need to raise defense on super, I don't think. And then, of course, once you then eventually decide to go into the mutated Zamasu, this is basically like the Tech Trunks. You kind of want to do this as your finisher, right? Because his damage reduction goes down. It's only 20%. He disables enemies' guard, debuffs superclass allies' attack, and he gets key 4 and attack 280%. So he could still keep like 150% defense or something like that. Whatever his defense is going to be that they add in here. So let's say it was 120. Keep that 120 defense in here, maybe make the attack like 300, and then, yeah, have his super attack be greatly raise attack for like 3 turns or something, so you can get a couple of stacks off it, because you want this guy to basically come out and then be just dropping bombs, basically. So it'd be cool if his passive had like a chance to do an additional, maybe conditional on a certain enemy type. I don't like them being too restricted, but I feel like that could be pretty cool. Like, we don't want it to be restricted to like, there's an enemy whose name includes Trunks. But even if it was just like a super class enemy, which again, at the moment in the game, that is a bit restrictive when it comes to the hardest fights. But hopefully we'll get some new hard content in the Worldwide Celebration that does have a super type. Maybe it could be like against Future or Pure Saiyan or Hybrid Saiyan, right? Because then there's a few extreme, especially like the new extreme red zone stages we would get where that would be applicable. So, you know, something like that would be pretty cool. But yeah, AGL Zamasu alongside the Tech Trunks, I definitely expect to EZA during this celebration. So next up, the other big ticket Dokkan Fest exclusive that everybody wants to see get an EZA is INT base form Goku Black that transforms into Rose. He is over 4 years old at this point, so he definitely needs to EZA in this celebration. If he doesn't, I will be absolutely shocked. But yeah, he greatly raises defense on super, and it's an infinite stack. He gets 40% attack at the start of turn up to 120, chance to crit 5% with each attack received up to 40, and that's it, right? He's an older unit from back in the day, so he needs, like, start of turn attack and defense, right? Even if it's only 100% because he's building up. Maybe if it was like 100%, he could get 40% attack and defense at the start of turn, but he is stacking on super, so I guess he doesn't need to gain extra defense at the start of turn, but he just needs an amount of start of turn defense, right? Because greatly raises is nice because it's 50%, but when you're 50% raising from nothing, then the 50% isn't really a lot, right? So if he has low defense, that 50% isn't really a lot. So he needs start of turn defense, building up the crit chance is nice, and then he transforms when conditions are met. Now, he is not an active skill transformation, which means his conditions absolutely can change. So transform when HP is 80% or above, starting from the 6th turn. I feel like this should change to at least 5th turn, ideally 4th turn. I think that would be cool. And then HP maybe like 70% or above. If it was 70% or above starting from the 4th turn, that would be awesome. That you would see him come out very regularly, which would be super cool. And then when he transforms into Rose, he's still greatly raising on his super. He gets attack and 50% chance to crit, extreme class allies key +3. So again, just make this attack and defense 150% with his EZA stats and the stacks you've already got from his base form. That's going to be really nice. Chance of performing a crit 50%. I mean, that's just great anyway, right? Build him full additional. He already has a 50% shot to crit. And then extreme allies key +3. You could probably throw in maybe a little bit of attack and defense, even if it was only like 10 or 20%. I think that would be pretty cool. And then obviously it would be nice if he had some kind of other mechanic as well. Maybe I mean, he already has built-in crit, so we don't want to get too greedy, but if he had a chance to dodge, a chance to additional, maybe if you had like an ally whose name includes Goku Black or Zamasu or something would be kind of cool, right? Because those are the units you're going to ideally want to run him with anyway, but then that's just a little bit, that's like the cherry on top. He'd still be good without that, but I think that would be a nice little touch for him as well. So definitely expect this to guide to EZA. Hopefully he will be really good. Then we have the INT LR Rose. So this guy being the big ticket LR EZA for this celebration would be really, really good. He greatly raises defense on both of his supers, so that's great. Maybe they could make his 18 key greatly raise attack as well. I think that would be kind of cool. He gets attack and defense 66%, so obviously that needs to go up, because remember, with LR EZAs, they don't get any extra levels, so they don't get any extra stats. So that definitely needs to go up. He gets an additional attack 6% each time key rises up to 120, so the more key you get, the more powerful he is. Key +2 of each final blow delivered up to 6. Recovers 6% HP at the end of the turn in which an attack was received. So all of these things could be buffed even slightly, and it would make him incredibly good. Like if he had attack and defense 100% or 120%, then he gets an additional attack like 10% each time key rises. He would hit like an absolute truck. And then maybe give him like key 2 or 3, and then 10 or 20, something like that, % attack and defense with each final blow delivered. Because final blow is not a great mechanic, but if you can get it, you ideally want to get a much bigger reward than just 2 key. And then recovers 6% HP at the end of the turn in which attack was received. You could easily bump that up to 10. And then he has his Rage mode. Now, that is an active skill, so the condition for that can't change. So it'll be 66% or less starting from the 6th turn. Kind of unfortunate, because ideally we would like the turn restriction on this to go down. But when he goes into the Rage mode, ideally we want him to have something... Well, he already has attacks effective against all types and key 1 per key sphere obtained, which is pretty good. You could give him, like, changes orbs of one type to int, or creates rainbow orbs out of an orb that isn't int, or something like that. I think that would be pretty good. Because with him having attacks effective against all types, he doesn't really need to crit or anything like that. Imagine if they gave him the Orange Piccolo treatment and he had like a built-in chance to additional as well. That would be pretty crazy. Because remember, Rage modes, just like Giant Form, are super useful now because you can cancel out like potential future super attacks and stuff. So that is obviously very, very good. So yeah, hopefully this guy will EZA, hopefully he'll be really strong, because then he'll go really nicely alongside the new LRs. Because ideally, I still hope that one of the LRs is a base Goku Black, whether he transforms or not. And then this guy getting an EZA will always have a spot on the team. Whereas if the new Goku Black is another LR Rose, then of course this guy's not going to be able to link with him. So even if he does get an EZA, he's going to kind of end up being stuck in an awkward position. So... Next up we have the INT Zamasu. I think this is again one of the oldest like Future Saga units that doesn't have an EZA. 2018, so he's over 5 years old now. So this guy absolutely needs an EZA, and he could be a beast. He has 40% damage reduction. He gets attack and defense up to 60. The more HP you have, the greater the boost. So just give him start of turn attack and defense, bump the damage reduction up to 50, attack and defense up to like 150 or something, because it's the more HP, the better. So the lower your HP, the worse he is. So we kind of want the number to be a lot bigger. And then he recovers 7% HP on super, so you want to give him full additional anyway. You could easily give him something like raise attack and defense for 1 turn, and then literally just that, he would be super good, right? So this guy I really hope gets an EZA. He could definitely be incredible. The team like really wants good slot 1 units. You think about units like the LR Fusion Zamasu. He's crying out for really good slot 1 units, and this guy would work perfectly alongside him. Bit of a shame he doesn't have big bad bosses as the base Zamasu, but other than that, he's going to be really, really good. Now, the other couple of units I wanted to mention, which again, I feel like they don't fit the full-on future theme, but they could work nicely in this celebration, because we, as I said at the beginning, are potentially getting those future androids EZAs. So if we were to get another LR EZA, There's not really any super type ones, I believe, that have that don't have EZAs already, apart from we mentioned in the super types video, the AGL Future Gohan and Trunks, and I think it's a bit too early for them. So imagine if they EZA'd these guys, because these guys could do with an EZA. They would be such a big buff for teams like the Super 17 team. I mean, they're on, obviously, Androids in general, Android/Cell Saga. They're on Joined Forces. So if we get, potentially, imagine if one of the new LRs is actually Goku Black and Zamasu. I mean, obviously, they are made for an Androids team, right? They support Androids. But these guys could be super good, especially, like, the fact that you can exchange into 16, 66% or less HP when there's another 2 Androids on the team, or any time when facing a Cell. So we have the new Red Zone Cell, and this guy could be pretty crazy after an EZA. So I think this is a little bit less likely because it's not, like I say, full-on future, but they are in the Android/Cell Saga category. They do kind of tie in a little bit with like the Red Zone stages that we've gotten so far. So I do think that would be pretty cool. And then another one that I feel like is a pretty major long shot is this guy, right? He was the side banner unit for Super Vegeta, who doesn't have an EZA yet. He is only like a year and a half old. But in terms of like Android/Cell Saga stuff, he is an Android/Cell Saga Extreme Units support unit. So I think it would be kind of cool if he did get an EZA. But like I said, this is a very wild card pick. This is an absolute long shot. I would not, if I had to bet money, I would bet that he isn't going to get one. But, you know, I thought I'd throw him in here as an honorable mention and see what you guys think. So those are the units that I picked out for Extreme. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Like I said, if you would love to see any of those EZAs, let me know what you would like to see from them, even if it is just some minor details, or as I said, if you want to design their full EZA kit in the comments down below, let me know and I'll look forward to looking through those. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to all the EZAs, Super or Extreme, that we will get during the Worldwide Celebration, because we got a ton of them last year, and some of them were really, really good, right? Namek Goku, AGL Metal Cooler, so I'm really looking forward to these. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.